We are live. Welcome to the Supplement Engineer channel, everyone. Your official, unofficial supplement home of the LSU Fighting Tigers from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Joining me as always is my wonderful sidekick, wife, partner in life, joy of everything that is wonderful, Sandy.
Me.
How are you today?
I'm very good. Today I got a lot done, so I just feel really good. And all my class averages were above 90.
That's outstanding. Are they usually that way, or are they usually?
Sometimes, but it's a lot lately. I've been doing real well. I've been working real hard, and the kids are doing really well. It's a really good thing. It's a good thing.
Good. So before we get to the boring stuff of supplements, what is the cocktail du jour?
You made it for me. It's in a martini glass because it's fancy. Okay, it is an Arnold Palmer. It is lemon vodka from Austin, Texas. I forgot what it was called.
Deep Eddy's lemon vodka?
Deep Eddy's lemon vodka. And then it's also Deep Eddy's, right?
Yeah.
Sweet tea vodka. And you mixed it with some BCAAs, right?
Yeah. Anova Farms Mama Sweet Tea Recover EAA formula.
Mama Sweet Tea.
So this is the anabolic Arnold Palmer cocktail. We took one scoop. Yeah, we took 1 scoop of EAAs. Which contains the BCAAs plus 6 other.
Well, I wasn't technically wrong. I just didn't include all the EAAs.
There we go. But we got 1 scoop of that mixed into 16 ounces of water. We took 1 ounce, added it to that, 1 ounce of the vodka, of the lemon vodka, 1 ounce of the sweet tea vodka, shook it up vigorously for 30 to 60 seconds, and then strained it into this fine martini glass here. So, yeah.
I feel like I'm back in Vegas.
You did drink your fair share of martinis when we were in Vegas last year.
See, here's the thing. Robert, we're trying to get an old fashioned in Vegas.
Terrible.
It's a martini town. You got to know what town you're in, right? So Vegas, get you a martini and you'll be lemon drop. Like everyone had and it was like the best lemon drop I've ever had. So like, all right. So you got to know what to get when you're going. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys. So as always, thank you for joining us. If you like the channel, we got to do all this, the dot your I's and T's and P's and Q's and all that good stuff. So like, comment, subscribe, share the video, do all that good stuff. Thank you for joining us as always. Let's get into and see what kind of banter we got before we get to our supplement review. So we've got Heinz Krupps. He's been jumping in every week lately.
Yeah, welcome.
The great Mothman declared, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Devin, yeah, buddy. Time to
learn.
Anabolic X-Fuck on. Exactly, yes. Recover EAs are, I've said this before and I'm not ashamed to admit it. The Anova Farm EAs, for my money, I think their OMG flavor, the orange mango grapefruit, is the best tasting supplement I think I have ever had. The sweet tea is outstanding.
No, OMG is amazing.
OMG is like another level. It's OMG and then everything else.
It should be sold. Okay, you know who doesn't get enough protein? People in those Mexican all-inclusive resorts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get a lot of alcohol, but they don't get a lot of protein, and they don't have. So why not make the super blended beverage at the bar? You know, like there's a pool bar. Why not make it OMG? And they make all the OMG alcoholic beverage from that. You're welcome.
Plus, this also has added electrolytes, so it's replenishing.
It's replenishing them.
Combating the dehydrating effects
of alcohol.
We're
going to have to tell y'all about that. We're going to have to tell you about Mexico. When we went to Mexico on our 1-year anniversary.
Okay, I was going to say which time. There was 2 times.
Yeah, but the funny time was the first time.
Okay.
Because I could have used an OMG.
You could have. Finally call you guys. Thanks for joining the channel, man. And he's rocking an MTS shirt.
Whoop, whoop.
Arnold Palmer drank that more. He would possibly so.
It kind of took a sad turn just now.
All right, guys. So we're going to get things rolling. After we got cocktail time addressed, we are now going to jump into supplement review for this week, as we've been doing for the previous couple of weeks. So my Polish brother from another mother, Lucas at Prometheus Intelligent Sports Technology, sent us a goodie package a while back. And this came in July or August, I think, was when we were doing it.
That's how long you've had it?
Well, yeah, that's when we started doing the lives. And so, there's a lot of shit I got to get through. So
put it on the back.
I did, yeah. Well, and as you're about to find out, I'm glad I did.
Yeah, he keeps trying to get me to taste it. Let's talk about his review.
Okay. So dedicated, unstoppable pre-workout. The original incarnation, this was a super hard hitting. I mean, it's gone through several iterations. It had DMHA, it had a readjurances, alpha-yohimbine,
And they've taken all.
Well, those things are starting to go by the wayside, and certain countries don't allow those.
Okay, so they're going to take it out.
Yes. So this is the European version that I got from Lucas. So in this is 1 scoop. So 1 scoop is 7.5 grams. There are 30 servings per container. So in every single scoop, we have 2 grams of L-citrulline, which I really think this product should be 2 scoops. So you're really getting 15 full servings of all of this. So yeah, that's part. I'm going to say that right off the bat.
So we should be doubling everything in our head?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. So 1 scoop is 7.5 grams. You get 2 grams of L-citrulline, which is going to support nitric oxide production in the body by increasing serum arginine levels. You're also getting 1 gram of arginine nitrate, which is going to break out into 900 milligrams of L-arginine and 100 milligrams of nitrate. 200 milligrams of dynamine, which is the 40% yield. So instead of that, you'll get 80 milligrams of actual dynamine per scoop. 155 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. 150 milligrams of L-norvaline, which is a derivative of the branched chain amino acid valine that's going to support nitric oxide indirectly by inhibiting arginase, which is the enzyme that breaks down arginine and therefore limits nitric oxide production in the body. Yeah. We have 150 milligrams of Vaso-6, which is going to supply a bunch of polyphenols that will stimulate endothelial nitric oxide synthase in the body, which is going to kind of open up the valve for nitric oxide production. So citrulline provides the substrate and the fuel. eNOS is going to open up that enzyme to make the catalyzation of arginine into nitric oxide a little bit more efficient.
I like it.
Yeah, I love the ingredient. 150 milligram dose is, half to a fourth of what I actually.
So double it would be good?
Yeah, doubling to 300 would be good. We have 125 milligrams of teacrine as the 40% teacrine. We have 50 milligrams of epidural, which is their standardized rhodiola rosea extract, standardized for salidroside, which is the more stimulating bioactive that's in rhodiola. We don't know the exact standardization. It could be 1%, it could be 2%, it could be 6%. We don't know.
Difference.
Yeah. 50 milligrams of cocoa extract, which is going to supply 98% theobromine, which is kind of the younger, weaker, littler brother of caffeine, which it gives you. It's got some vasodilatory properties, so it's going to open up blood vessels, but it also gives a smooth, sustained energy release, as opposed to the caffeine, which kind of gives you the acute, yeah, I mean, it gives you the acute fast-acting energy. I usually don't get jitters from it. Some people do, but I usually don't.
It's only 150.
Right. We've got 50 milligrams more of dicaffeine malate, which is going to give us an additional 37.5 milligrams of caffeine because dicaffeine malate is 75% caffeine, 25% malic acid, this is, again, supposed to sustain the caffeine energy rush in this product. 50 milligrams of vitamin C, which is a powerful antioxidant, also supports nitric oxide production in the body. 50 milligrams of estrogen, which is a complex to enhance the uptake of amino acids, minerals, vitamins, all that kind of good things. And then we have 7.5 milligrams of cocodrol, which is another cocoa extract, theobromine cacao. So that is the formula. That is 1 scoop. I recommend double scooping this because to get the efficacious doses of all the bioactives in here, you need double scoop. So really, this is 15 full servings. So yes.
When you tried it, did you double scoop it?
Yes, I'm going to get into that. We're going to weigh out and do a taste test first, and then I'm going to get into the not so pleasant part of my job.
We're honest.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's the thing.
The more you can say for a lot of other review channels. All right, 1 level scoop. We're gonna weigh this out here. 8.5 grams. So it's
heavy.
It's a little heavy. Yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be 6.5?
7.5.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 8 ounces of cold water here. It says 1 scoop in 200 mils, which is around 8 ounces of water for.
It's in mils because it's European.
Yes.
You get me. You know what I'm saying.
All right, the flavor is pineapple orange.
I tasted that. It was like in my face. It's in my eyes.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
Ooh, it has a weird smell aftertaste. That's weird. Does it have a funny aftertaste?
It's going to be the stems that you're smelling in there. Okay. Theobromine and rhodiola both are bitch to flavor. All right, so go ahead and take a sip of that.
I mean, it smells really good in water. It smells really good in water. It tastes really good. Has a little bit of that medicine aftertaste. A little bit. And then it goes back to sweet. It's weird. It's like it does different things in my mouth.
Yeah. Dynamine and teacrine both have a really nasty bitter note.
But then it ends, it's like there's a middle note.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts sweet with the pineapple.
Starts sweet.
Gets a little weird in the middle and then finishes sweet with pineapple. And then finishes really sweet.
Like you just sucked on a candy bar. Actually, it tastes kind of like a pixie stick.
A little bit.
It's like I have pixie stick in my mouth.
Yeah.
It's really good. It tastes like a sweet, Smarties. That's what it tastes like Smarties.
Yeah.
I love Smarties, but I shouldn't. They're not good, but I love them.
This product several times. Sandy did not.
Because he said bad things about it.
I cannot. All right. So I've elaborated several times that the holy trinity of caffeine, dynamine, and teacrine that Compound Solutions has put forth as being a superior energy boosting matrix. I do not react well to it at all. I've tried it in Mega Pre Black. I've tried it in this. I've tried it in 1 or 2 other things. And all of these have different varying dosages of caffeine, dynamine, and teacrine. every single time, to a fault, I feel like shit on these products.
Explain what shit means.
So I've tried this at 1 scoop. I've tried it at 1.5 scoops. I've tried it at 2 scoops. At 2 scoops, it borderline, you get an initial surge of caffeine, but then you get into like this irritated, depressive kind of state. Like I was just like
bad day.
Saturday.
Bad day.
That's how I was on Saturday morning.
Yeah, you were weird.
Yeah. Monday, I took it again. Sunday, I had no caffeine. Monday, I took it.
Yeah.
I took 1.5 scoops on Monday. Did a leg workout.
And then you said you got tired by 1.
And then, yeah, so I took the pre-workout at 10. And then I was this close to falling asleep at 1 o'clock, where I should have still been buzzing on the caffeine.
Like 3 hours.
I have not had a good energy experience at all. I've either felt completely unmotivated to work out, grumpy and pissed off, like almost depressed, or so tired I want to take a nap. And
after hearing that, he's like, "Hey, you want to try it?" I said, "No, thank you. I don't want to be like, I don't." And he's like, "Well, maybe it's just my body." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, but I don't feel like what if it's not just your body?" So I'm scared to try it, and I know I should, so we can get like an honest, because we have completely different body types in so many ways. He cannot eat for like 20 hours and be fine. I would die if I didn't eat like every 4 hours. Like I'm dying, you know what I mean? Like starving. So we have different bodies, and I really should scientifically take this to see if it works for me. But I'm scared because at no point am I willing to sign on for angry, depressed, super sleepy. I'm like, okay, when am I gonna go, you know what? Let's do it. That sounds great. It's like say, hey, this tastes nasty. You wanna try it? It's like no one's gonna be like, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm scared, but I feel like I should try it to give it due diligence. I
guess so. I don't like that trio of ingredients. I love caffeine and teacrine together. And dynamine and caffeine is hit or miss for me. The only product that I've really used caffeine and dynamine together that I've liked is Cognisurge, the nootropic from Jack Factory.
Oh, I like that one, right?
That's a really good one.
Does that have teacrine?
No, it just has dynamine and caffeine.
It's not the trifecta.
Right, yeah. So both of those together, so caffeine and dynamine, or just caffeine and teacrine is my preferred one, works well. When you combine all three of them, every product I've tried it in, I have not liked it at all. It either makes me tired, or most of the time it's tired and unmotivated to work out is the sensation I get. At 2 scoops, the pumps and the performance on this are fine because you're getting the 4 grams of citrulline, you're getting the 2 grams of arginine nitrate, you're getting the 300 milligrams of beta-6, but I can't recommend this product, and it's because that trio of caffeine, dynamine, and teacrine just doesn't resonate with me. I don't like it. I would have loved to try some of the older versions of this pre-workout
with the illegal stuff.
With the gray area stuff, but this one it's a hard pass for me. I mean, I don't recommend it.
I might try it.
Yeah, we'll see how you work. Or I'm gonna surprise you one day. I'm not gonna tell
That's
you what I'm giving you.
He just gives me
I'm
everything.
just gonna give you something.
He's like, here, take this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so
just take it.
Thanks, Lucas, for sending this out to me, brother. But I don't
think he's watching right now.
Well, he's asleep right now. He'll catch us in the morning.
Catch you on the flip side.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of it at all.
But the taste is good. That's all I got for you.
Actually, Devin, you are right. Caffeine and dynamine is ingenious consciousness, and that actually does work pretty well for me. But I've exhausted that tub.
But that doesn't have teacrine in it.
No, it's just got
that's what he's
and
saying.
And it's got neurofactor, which I love too. Those three work really well together.
That's what you're saying. The three of them together don't jive.
Correct. All right, guys, keep the questions flying, and we got the supplement review wrapped up for today. So hit us hard and heavy with any kind of questions, queries, quips, or smart-ass remarks you have. Zinc and boron for improved testosterone, only if you are deficient in them, like either subclinically or clinically deficient in those. Supplementing with those above and beyond the recommended daily intake or the recommended daily values is not going to boost your testosterone to any meaningful degree. So that means if you're consuming enough zinc and boron through your diet, supplementing a superfluous amount is not going to substantially increase your testosterone levels.
I have a question.
You do?
Men suffer from low testosterone. Is there something that you know of on the market, whether prescribed or not, that would just help people in general? Or is there not something? Is there anything people can do or eat or whatever to prevent? Because like women have birth control pills that have hormones in them that help them in all healthy ways. Do men have something the same?
I mean, they have hormone replacement therapy, TRT.
Does it help?
Well, yeah, it's testosterone that you're injecting into you, but you can only get that from a doctor.
Okay.
Or, black market stuff.
But wait.
From a dietary supplement standpoint?
Or anything. Like, is there something someone could do?
Well, yeah, keep low levels of body fat, maintain a healthy body composition, resistance train, get enough sleep, limit stress, Eat a healthy diet. All of those things. Make sure you're getting enough zinc,
Be a happy
magnesium,
guy.
boron. Yeah.
Be a happy guy, and the body will give you testosterone.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
naturally, testosterone is going to decline, just like all your hormones do as you age. So, will any supplement on the market address a subclinical or clinical deficiency of testosterone?
No, not a clinical.
Not even close.
No, not a clinical.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, so like women, our bones, if I'm not mistaken, our bones only absorb calcium up until around age 30. And then after that, whatever calcium we have in our bones, that's it. And then if we don't get enough calcium each day, our blood will take it out of our bones. And then I can't get it back in my bones, which is why we suffer from osteoporosis. This could all be wrong, but Chris Wilson, who told me that in college, told me I needed to drink milk because I only have up until age 30. So I'm going to believe him.
It's not.
No, I'm going to believe him. Is that true? Because that's what I've heard. Word on the street is.
You heard that 15 years ago, and you're still going to believe it?
Yeah. Well, I heard
Right.
15 years ago that orange juice got some vitamin C in it, and I still drink, oranges.
Yeah, this was not a game changer in any way, shape, or form. Actually, it made me not want to do anything.
Okay, well, you need to do research on my osteoporosis calcium with women bones thing, because now I'm curious. So please figure it out for me, and we'll check back with you guys after he gets the facts.
Bingo, exactly what we were saying. Unless you're deficient, one of those is, and you're not going to be able to know without blood work. I'm not deficient, but I'm 50 and lift a lot and try to get and help.
Are you happy, Park?
Hold on. But I'm 50 and I lift a lot and try to get and help I can to get stronger. I'd focus on diet, getting enough sleep, and stress management. Boron and zinc aren't going to do much for increasing your strength that way. I mean, if you're not getting enough zinc and boron in your diet, supplementing with that could be beneficial, but unless, I would get some blood tests done.
Time out.
Just to make sure.
How would I know if I'm getting enough boron in my diet? Who knows?
Blood tests.
No, but I mean, like, what food has boron and zinc in it?
It's a trace mineral. Most nuts.
Why don't you give me some of that, actually?
Nuts and leafy greens, whole grains.
So vegetarians are getting lots of boron and zinc, yeah?
Red meat, I believe, also has a good amount of zinc.
Okay, you want to throw the red meat in there so I can take away my vegetarian comment? I'm not a vegetarian, guys. Just throwing it out there.
Okay, Heinz and Rich are going back and forth.
Good. Always friends. Have friends. That's the South Carolina. Whoop, whoop, who dat? Well, they're not going to say who dat because I'm sure you don't root for the Saints.
You had Sandy's energy, exactly. But even still, some days she does use a pre-workout.
Well, because sometimes me don't want to work out. I got to tell you guys, as much energy as I have, I also like being lazy too.
Especially when it comes to training consistently.
Sometimes.
But yeah, well, no, I would say that
it's better in the morning though, huh?
Yeah. With that, I'm saying like. You actually use the pre-workout for the purpose for which it's intended.
Thank you.
A lot of people drink it just because they like to or something. I'm naturally motivated to train each day.
He doesn't.
I don't like taking rest days or off days or deload weeks or anything like that. I simply take a pre-workout. Well, part of it because I've got to test so many different ones.
It's his job.
And in part, it's fun to just try different things and make different stacks and all of that stuff.
He's
I'm
an
actually
apothecary.
motivated to do it, but it's fun to see what kind of stimulant blends people come up with, what kind of energy and food focus boosting stuff, unless you get something that makes you tired.
If I wanted to torture Robert, I would tear his Achilles tendon and force him to not work out. He would die.
Especially legs.
He would die if he couldn't work out. If I took his legs out, if I went all was it Nancy Kerrigan? And I was like, what's up? And I chopped, if I hit his leg,
well,
he'd be super depressed.
Nancy Kerrigan was on the receiving end.
She was on the receiving end. So if I went, whatever that guy's name is with the bat. Tanya Harding didn't do it.
Well, she
got a guy to do
your
it.
boy to do it. So
all I'm saying is he likes to work out.
Are you a grazer type eater?
Oh, who, this guy?
Yeah.
If there's food available, I'm going to eat it. But I actually eat 3 meals a day because he makes them for me. If he didn't make it for me, if there was food around, I'd eat it. I'm mad. I ran out of chips in my room. I eat chips sometimes. Sometimes we get free bags of chips. I'm like, ooh, bags of chips. I save them for a rainy day, and it already rained, so I don't have any more chips anymore. I would graze if it was there. I love food.
What's up, MM?
I love food.
OJ100 has been shown, so that's Long Jack or Tonkat.
Is that something
Ali.
you?
No. It's an orally bioavailable supplement. It's Long Jack 100. There are many poor quality extracts on the market.
Is that
that one is backed by a few studies showing that it may help attenuate some age-related decline in testosterone, as are some of the other, like KSM66 has shown to, attenuate the decline. It's still going to decline, but the rate at which it's dropping off is slowed by some of these things.
Are you worried about your testosterone, having never been tested on testosterone levels?
No.
I'm not either. We're not going to get into that.
Jesus Christ. Pennsylvania Amish country.
Oh, I love the Amish people. I love them. Do you know what I'm talking about? When people are like, oh my God, what if somebody hacked the internet? We'd all die. I'm like, not the Amish. They wouldn't even know if something hit them. They'd be just still, you know, like doing the churning the butter. And I'm imagining someone with like a wheel with a going on the, no, not a wheelbarrow, but like the thing with the, like irrigate, like doing the soil. What's it called when you do the soil?
Till the soil?
Yeah, till the soil. I'm imagining them tilling the soil and being like, what, did something happen? Because we're just living life, guys. We got books.
We do.
I don't know. I'm just saying Amish people, keep it strong. I hope Amish people survive forever.
Okay.
Because when the internet crashes, because some hacker just feels like it, they're going to be fine.
Park is very happy. He's the 5th-year-old that was looking for.
I'm glad you're happy. Because that's the important thing.
Is life.
I love food.
I would never go vegan. Not even close.
Yeah, we've been eating steak for a really long time. And instead of buying steak this week, Robert bought salmon because the price of steak went up. And he's like, we have salmon. I'm like, I want steak. I bet he is awesome. I bet he's grounded and cool. Amish people. Rawr. I love Amish people. I don't even know them, but I love them. Now I sound creepy.
39. When is the correct age to take testosterone?
Thank you.
Only under the guidance of your physician. I'm not going to prescribe you to say this is the age that you start, because some people experience super low subclinical levels of testosterone at varying ages. Some people could, you know, if they're in their 30s, they could be having super low levels. It's a genetic thing. You need to get tested and go see your doctor about that.
I have a question.
Yes. I'm ready.
But you say you can take omega-3s all the time or whatever it is, fish oil,
right.
And you can take lion's mane all the time. Why isn't testosterone like that?
There's a huge difference between taking a dietary supplement and hormones. When you start injecting yourself with testosterone, you shut down your body's natural production of that. Your balls will shrivel if you don't cycle properly, and your body won't kick it back on. So once you start on it, you'll have to keep going and getting the injections for the rest of your life. Do all men
have to get on testosterone at some point? Is this like an inevitability?
I mean, some people just deal with, you know, declining low testosterone levels.
Is this a thing men talk about, or is it embarrassing to talk about? Like,
no, a lot of people don't talk about this. Steve and I talk about it every now and then on our lives on Friday.
It's like a thing.
Yeah.
Because women talk about, women talk about a lot of things.
I mean, it's starting to become a little bit more commonplace to discuss it since the number of hormone replacement clinics is starting to become more ubiquitous. But it's still not a very deep conversation. Just especially for like day-to-day people in the lifting community and like the health and fitness space probably discuss it with greater frequency than like something like my dad and the people at the engineering firms did.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining your dad talking about it. Yeah, I hear. I feel like that's something that's a healthy conversation to talk about.
Yeah. And
that is a good question. You don't know when you need testosterone. So you really shouldn't really talk about getting testosterone until you notice a lack of it because of XYZ. Like, I'm not XYZ.
It could be.
I must be low in testosterone.
I mean, if you're getting yearly blood work or going to see your doctor yearly,
who does that? Do you do that? Nobody does that. Do we go to the doctor and ask for blood work every year? Nobody does that.
I mean, if you're concerned about your hormone levels, you should.
Okay, I'm gonna time out here. You should? Okay. Robert, when was the last time you had blood work done just for the fun of it as a healthy guy?
I'm not concerned about
So never. So you're gonna give advice about talking as if you just give blood. Nobody does that. That's all I'm saying.
Chips are great. Yeah, they're both hyper-processed pieces of crap, but I'm going to go for chips every time.
Go for the crunchy Cheetos. Don't do the soft ones. Do the crunchy Cheetos. It's like a concentrated version, so they taste even better.
There are no soft Cheetos. There's Puffs and there's Cheetos.
Yeah, the Cheeto Puffs and the crunchy Cheetos.
They're not soft.
Yes, they are. They dissolve in your mouth, and the crunchy ones are really good. The crunchy ones are the same ones, but they're shriveled, so they're more concentrated. It's like a raisin versus a grape, but I like grapes better than raisins. I'm getting off topic. I really like crunchy Cheetos.
D-aspartic acid, it's there is data showing that it has helped increase testosterone levels in older men, like their 40s or 50s. However, there's also research showing that it caused declines in testosterone levels in men. So the thing is, you know, you could take it for 8 weeks and then cycle off of it and maybe do it again, but not something that you'd want to take prolonged, because it's going to eventually, you know, there's data showing prolonged use of it's going to lead to declines in D-aspartic acid, or I'm sorry, in testosterone levels.
I'm talking about that. That's like the commercials with the depression medicine. That side effect may cause depression. Like, how are you going to cause what you're supposedly trying to prevent. Or like my nasal decongestant, if you use a nasal decongestant for more than 3 days, it causes congestion and you can't undo it. I didn't read the label and I was like, I can't breathe. How am I going to go to bed? Do you remember that? I was sitting there trying to go to bed and I was like breathing out of my mouth. Like, and finally I read it and I'm like, oh crap, I've used it for 7 days. I didn't know I was only supposed to. So then what? I think that's weird that it causes what it's supposed to prevent.
The dose makes the poison. That's why.
Okay, wait. This is a good question. Let's answer it.
Being
based on
vegan against the law in Texas.
Well, let's talk about that. We went to the barbecue festival.
Yes, 2 years ago.
We went to the barbecue festival, which I have to be honest with you, we did it wrong. We sat in line, got the brisket, and ate it while we were in line for the next brisket. After an hour, and by the way, this is an all-day event, like hours from like noon to 5. We were done in 1 hour. And I was sweating brisket. But outside the festival, there were picketers and protesters that were vegan. They exist. They pop up at barbecue festivals when we're eating a ton of meat. And by the way, if you're going to go to a barbecue festival, you need to eat the brisket sitting down and listen to the music. And then 30 minutes later, go get some more brisket. Do not just eat in line. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, after a while, you just get burnt out on brisket, which is why we were glad they had that.
Pork. They had one guy with pork.
Yeah, that was really good.
One guy with pork.
I would not ever recommend using pro hormones. It's like a 2-stage thing, so it's like a precursor to testosterone or some other kind of androgen.
Okay.
These things are very, very harsh on the liver, and they are, maybe a third to even a sixth potency of actual testosterone.
Well, that's a big percentage, though. A third of the potency of testosterone seems like a
with like 6 times the amount of risk factors on your liver and everything. Plus, they also come with unwanted side effects. Gyna, where you grow man boobs. It can also lead to suppressions and a bunch of other nasty things. I would not ever recommend pro hormones. Plus, finding a quality source is going to be extremely difficult because there are so many gray market. You don't know the supplier, so it might list the pro hormone on there, but it could actually be spiked with something else. You'd have no clue about it.
That's really scary, actually.
That's why I don't recommend SARMs. I don't recommend pro hormones, any of that kind of shit to people. Just stay the fuck away from it.
Okay, so just eat your vegetables.
Being vegan is illegal in South Carolina. It should be illegal
South
everywhere.
Carolina.
Well, it can be illegal in California, and then we just need to set off a nuke at the San Andreas fault line and just annex California into the middle of the Pacific, and it can just go all the way.
Y'all vegans can start your own country.
Yes, but we would lose Devin too because he's out in California.
Oh, moved.
Yes, exactly. Plus, you get really achy joints, you get poor mood, poor cognition, increased risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke.
So when this one gets cranky, I'll be like, testosterone. So once you have low testosterone, it is not bad for you to take it. You said once you start taking testosterone, your body stops making it. But if you're already low, then your body kind of stopped making it.
Right.
That's when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding this.
Exactly.
Because I don't know how this works.
Sandy does need a horse and a buggy.
I feel like, you guys remember those commercials for farmersonly.com? In an alternate universe, I feel like I'd be a great farmer's wife, right? Like, I'm a teacher. I could teach the kids, and then I could take care of stuff. I feel like I'd be so good. Okay.
It'd be wonderful.
Or not, whatever.
Yeah, well, so we talked about Mexico earlier. Oh, this is a perfect example of me being the horse and you being the buggy.
Oh, yeah, so we did the paddle boats. Okay, so in the pool of Mexico, we weren't like in the ocean or anything. We were in the huge pool because, you go to those resorts. It's really just pool. And so Robert and I want to go paddle boating. It's our first year married. We're like, ooh, we're going to go paddle boating. And so we get in the paddle boat in the pool. And I'm just enjoying life and moving my legs. Like, this is so much fun. And unbeknownst to me, so I'd never done paddle boating before. Had you ever done paddle boating before?
I think I did it once on
I've never done it. I just thought you move your legs. You move your legs and then you move. So that's what I was doing. I was just moving my legs with the paddles and everything was fine. And then Robert's like, are you even pedaling? I said, well, yeah.
So we're just going doing a real right-hand turn because she's on the other side. And we're just going around in one giant circle because only one side of the...
I was moving my legs. I was totally on there. So then he stops paddling and I quickly realized oh, you gotta push. I wasn't pushing. He was literally pushing both of our weights, doing all the work. And my legs were just, I was like, oh, I guess I'm not. This isn't fun. Why do people do this? This is hard. It's hard. So he's battle loading. Sorry. We have other stories about Mexico too. We'll talk about it later.
They have another pill for those side effects. Yeah, for all the adverse side effects from one prescription, they just give you another one. That's how Big Pharma, aka my sister, makes her living.
Yeah, his sister is like anti-Robert, right? Because she's
anti-supplements.
She's anti-supplements. Heaven forbid we take care of ourselves in a natural way because she's a pharmaceutical. She is a pharmacist. It's like the opposite of what supplements are. It's like, no, we got this whole medical license to give it. You can't get it anywhere else. It's like, or just eat broccoli. And it's like, I was like, I was listening to the podcast about statins, right? Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And they were saying you don't need statins if you have a healthy diet and you take care of yourself. And then he asked his sister and she was like, I love statins. They're so good. You can just give them to people. I was like, or they could take care of themselves and then they wouldn't need them. It was just funny.
Yeah.
It's like opposite ends.
Well, there's a lot of other ongoing research with cholesterol and how much do we actually know about what's going on with it? And so many things affect
I'm
how
just
much
saying.
your body is putting out. So,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Apparently I have really high good cholesterol.
HDL. Yeah. Currently drinking the OG. I have the original C4
We
Ultimate.
do.
I still have a tub of the original C4 Ultimate before it got really watered down and shitty and everything.
But we had cans of it.
No,
Or is
no,
that
no,
not the
some
original?
other. Well, no, you're thinking of the C4 energy drinks. I'm talking about the actual pre-workout
Oh,
tub,
yeah.
Orange Mango, which they sent me like a huge 60-serving tub of it.
That was
way
at
back.
the very beginning of your
Yeah.
career, right?
No. This was when we were here.
That wasn't very long ago then.
Mm-mm.
Sorry about
No.
that.
Yeah, I really
stick
like
to
that
what I know.
original. There we go. I actually like that formula a lot. I know I've dumped on C4 and Cellucor for watering down the brand and making prop blends and weak ass formulas, but the original C4 Ultimate formula was really, really good.
Okay.
Super, super solid formula. Vegans are meant. Yes. Anybody that doesn't enjoy the taste of meat is a little.
Time out.
I'm curious.
I have a topic of that. So vegans don't eat meat, but I bet they have a dog because they love those animals. Dogs are carnivores and dogs really need healthy food. And anyone that knows a pet owner, they like to give their dog fresh meat. So why is it okay for your dog to eat the meat, but not you? Where do you get that meat from that you're feeding your dog? Or do you, heaven forbid, give your dog
You kill the cat and you feed it to the
dry
dog.
food that's made with grains and cornmeal? What is it? Which is it? What does the dog get? Quality meat, or does the dog get the cornmeal? How much do you love your dog? Do you love your dog more than the animal you're killing to feed it? I don't know how it works. That's why I don't play those games. I don't play moral games with my meat. I eat the meat. And I fed my cat Friskies, seafood sensations, the purple bag. And she's dead now, but she lived to be 21 on that Friskies. I was this close to writing the Friskies and be like, I got a 21-year-old cat. You want to use me for a commercial? I feel like I could have done it. But then she died because she was 21. Okay, I got her in 3rd grade and she lasted through 5 years of marriage with this one.
Yeah.
That's how old this cat was. 3rd grade, marriage, 5 years. That's all I'm saying. Friskies, let's get into that cat. Friskies.
Okay.
I didn't give her no shrimp. I gave her Friskies, seafood sensations. It tasted like shrimp.
All right, before we get to the rest of the questions, guys, keep them coming. We're going to stay on as long as we can or until around 5:45, at which point Sandy will have to go pick up the halfling from daycare. And if it seems we're missing your question or ignoring it, I guarantee you we're not, because YouTube gets a little squirrely sometimes. And if you post a comment or question that's too long, I guess it doesn't like that. So keep entering your comment if we haven't addressed it yet, and we will get to everything before time is up, hopefully. NASCAR paddleboating, right? Yes, that's exactly what it was.
That's what Robert was doing. Sorry, I didn't know it took so much work. I was like, if it's this much work, why do people do it? It's supposed to be fun.
Pharmacists, yes, I would agree, because
Yes.
now N-acetylcysteine, which is something that it's a very powerful antioxidant precursor to glutathione in the
Yes,
body.
you told me about that. The thing that you wanted to use for your hangover remedy.
For hangover remedies, for liver health and all of this stuff, and it just got busted by the FDA. Not busted, but several companies got warning letters for saying it could prevent or cure hangovers, and since they made a health claim, they're starting to go after N-acetylcysteine for that. And plus, its initial research was actually in a pharmaceutical trial, so technically it doesn't fall under DSHEA, even though it is a naturally occurring amino acid.
Oh, but wait, what's that thing that you really liked, and now you said it's gonna be in the pharmaceuticals?
Probably NAC,
Yeah.
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 But I still take it. I've got a huge tub of it off Amazon, so I'm still going to be using
it.
Get
it.
Get it now.
Get it now.
Everyone was cleaning out the zinc for COVID. Most of those remedies, most of the natural remedies, so like the elderberry, the zinc, even something like N-acetylcysteine, most of them are as a prophylactic measure. So provided that you're taking them ahead of time, it will reduce the duration and severity of the symptoms. So, but once you become inoculated with the virus, it may shorten it, but we don't have any data to it.
That's a good point.
Zinc is involved in the immune system and modulating the immune response.
Right,
as
like
are
coldies is zinc.
Exactly.
Basically.
As is N-acetylcysteine, as is vitamin D plays a key role in it, vitamin C, a bunch of different stuff. So will it help reduce the severity? Could it help reduce the severity and duration of the symptoms? It's been shown to in other upper respiratory infections, so there's plausibility for it to be there. I don't want to say yes because I don't want that to come across as a claim and the FDA shut down my channel.
Argument.
Yeah. Zinc supports immune function is the industry tagline because you can't say anything else. Or it supports host defense. Naughty Boy Ghostbuster edition looks nuts. I would agree. I do like that. All right, so
wait,
Naughty
none
Boy,
of that made sense to me.
Oh, I'm going to show you. So Naughty Boy is this British supplement company. All right,
okay.
You've heard me talk about Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Ghost supplements.
Yeah, with the little ghost on it.
Yeah, with the ghost guy on it. Okay.
Why is it Ghostbuster?
Because they released a product that looks very similar to Ghost's product hub, but they put the Ghostbuster logo on it, so it's kind of a double entendre. So they're paying homage to the classic 80s film.
Which is amazing, by the way.
But by riffing on Ghost's labeling, they're also kind of doing a jab saying Ghostbuster.
They're not actually affiliated with Ghost products?
No. So here, let me show you what
okay,
looks
show me
like.
what you're talking about, 'cause I don't understand. By the way, I love the movie Ghostbusters. The more I watch it, the more I like it. It's hilarious.
All right, so here's
not the new one.
Okay, Naughty Boy Ghostbuster. Okay, and they're doing a Slimer flavor.
Oh,
all right, so let me put up Ghost Legend, and that's Ghost's pre-workout.
Okay.
You can kind of see that it's very similar.
I mean,
so you got the same red lid, the same kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see how it's very similar.
Are they mad?
I mean, the industry is highly competitive. I will say that.
Okay, so that's not an accident.
So yeah, the new profile actually does look really good. We've got 8 grams of pure L-citrulline. We've got 2 grams of Hydroprime, which is a new, supposed to be a better form of glycerol, high-yield glycerol supplement that resists clumping. I'm of the opinion that we should just get rid of glycerol in most pre-workouts just because...
It doesn't matter if it clumps?
Well, no, I mean, from the brand standpoint, the ingredients are expensive. They almost invariably clump, it's just a matter of time. No matter how much silica and all the other things, it's going to clump.
Okay.
Then you have to educate the consumer saying, oh, well, clumping isn't bad. It's not making the product rancid. It doesn't make it bad. It's not harmful or anything like that. And then plus, the data on glycerol doses 1 gram per kilogram. So if you're a 70-kilogram person, you need 70 grams of glycerol.
Okay.
2 grams of a 65% yield glycerol, you're getting 1.25, 1.5. No, so I mean it's more hype than anything, I think, as far as glycerol does. 4 grams of beta-alanine, 3 grams of betaine, 500 milligrams of vinitrox, which is a grape and apple seed extract, which will give you some polyphenols for nitric oxide production. I do. 150 milligrams of Elevate-ATP, which supports endogenous production of ATP. I like that ingredient a lot. There's one that is, we've got 2 grams of L-tyrosine, love that dose, 600 milligrams of a combination of CDP choline and alpha GPC, which I don't really have seen much too often.
What is it? What am I drinking? What is that?
That's the Ghostbusters version of Naughty Boys.
What is Naughty Boy? Is it like a pre-workout?
So yeah, this is their pre-workout. 200 milligrams of rhodiola, I like that. 50 milligrams of Conaese, 20 milligrams of saffron, 10 milligrams of bioperin.
Saffron?
Yeah, saffron.
Like the actual, okay.
And then we've got a prop blend. It doesn't tell you how much of each of these is in there, but caffeine, Juglans regia, which has got a bunch of other different things and may have some DMHA alkaloids in it, Aurea gerensis, cola nut, hordenine, and huperzine. So yeah, that is going to be a hard-hitting, high-stimulant
600 milligrams.
pre-workout.
Did I see that right? 600 milligrams of caffeine?
No, of CDP choline and alpha GPC combined. So if I had to guess, it would be 300 milligrams of each. Yeah.
Like what?
So yeah, it does. Also, Picamelon never should have been banned. I agree as well.
Was it those pharmacist people again?
Yeah, they said it's a synthetic that's not actually naturally occurring in nature. I like it as a focus booster. I really do.
Boo.
Let's just steal that.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on Ghost Lifestyle Move Multi-V? I don't think I've actually seen Ghosts.
Let's look at it. Thank you for asking.
Let me see what Ghost.
Oh, I just saw a picture of a protein bar. Now I'm hungry. I'll eat some bean burritos with eggs. That's gonna happen.
Okay,
Fried eggs.
Just based off that. All right, so we've got all the good, over 100% daily value of all the essential vitamins and minerals. Then the added blend, it's got tracked minerals, which is good. So you've got 200 milligrams of Lutamax, which is lutein and zeaxanthine, two carotenoids that can support eye health, which is good if you're somebody like me that you're staring at screens all day. It could be good for you.
If I wasn't married to you, I'd tell you to stop staring at a computer screen all day, but I know that you love what you do, so feel free. 5 milligrams of bioperin, 3 milligrams of boron, 1 milligram of lycopene, 100 micrograms of vanadium. I can't make out what this other thing is. Full spectrum tocotrienol complex. I mean, I can't. They sound like planets.
Yeah, the picture is kind of hard to read on a Stack 3D website.
You know what? You need more of that stuff to help your eyes.
And a powdered veggie blend. I think veggie blends are kind of crappy. It says
they're stupid because they're water soluble and take out all the waters and they take away their.
Well, it's just 120 milligrams of 6 different things. And this isn't a knock on Ghost. This is a knock on all the green supplements. I mean, Sweat Ethic just released their greens powder, and it had 1 gram of greens and 350 milligrams of reds. The fuck is that gonna do?
Because it tastes good.
Go eat 1 stalk. Go eat 1 stalk of broccoli. That'll give you more than any of the dog shit you'll get from that supplement.
Robert's like, just eat the veggies. It reminds me of The Office when Kevin's trying to eat the broccoli from the other end. He's like, I don't want to eat. Oh, I just looked bad. Okay, that's not what I.
What is kind of cool is the Genius brand just released their greens formula. I'm not.
I like Genius.
All nuts about the greens complex, but they've got a nice heaping dose of lion's mane.
I love mushroom.
Big fan of that.
Nobody ever thinks about mushroom when they think about greens because it's not green, I guess. But like mushrooms are cool. I love the mushroom guy.
Built Bar pumpkin chocolate.
That sounds so good. I want to eat it.
We do need to try that.
Wait, Built Bar. Built Bar.
Which ones you like?
Built Bar. I ate them all. We don't have any more.
Actually, I think there's a chocolate brownie one in there still. There's 1 chocolate brownie one.
I'm about to go get it because I'm really hungry. I love Built Bars. I love the texture. I love the flavors. Damn, that sounds good. Can you order me some? Order me some. Order me some.
Maybe.
Order me some. Order me some.
Everyone tune in on Saturdays. It's a blast. That's when we record the final scoop live
Robert's got his friends from other countries.
Yes, our international panel of.
That's what I like about it, though. I like that it's international because then you really get a different perspective of people. You got New Zealand, you got Poland, New Jersey.
Yeah, a Jew, a Polak, and a Russian walk into a bar. I'll let y'all figure out the rest of that joke. Thoughts
Tune
on
in on
sleep
Saturday.
aids?
You use them.
I use them occasionally. And it also depends on which sleep aids are we talking about. Are we talking like the prescription grade ones, or if you're talking about like ZQuil or Unisom, those things, where they interfere with histamine and cholinergic pathways in the body, that can have some unintended and adverse ramifications for your nootropic boosting effects later. So it might, nullify some of the effects of if you're taking a very acetylcholine heavy performance stack the following day, which I don't recommend using stuff like ZQuil or Unisom.
Right. Because ZQuil, isn't that just double Benadryl?
And prolonged use of that has some deleterious effects on acetylcholine pathways in the body, which is the learning neurotransmitter. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm also not a big fan of, let me make sure this is not the...
that better not be the daycare. Hold on, guys. We have a phone call from a 512 number that could be a daycare. Oh, it's about voting.
No, it's about the pest control company.
Pest control.
Yeah. Robocall, that's what happens. You never
know, right? Because we don't really know the numbers.
Okay, so back to sleep aids. So certain things have been well studied. I like lemon balm for sleep aid. Theanine is great. What else? Melatonin, if you can find the right dose. The issue is that it's such a wide dose. Some people respond really well to high doses of it. Some people don't respond very well to it at all. 0.3 to 10 milligrams. It's got a
That's
huge
huge.
range. So it's very individualistic finding a right melatonin dose. It's safe. I mean, the only drawback for taking too high of a melatonin dose is just feeling groggy the next morning.
Okay, so couldn't you, I feel like if I was trying to figure out the right melatonin dose, I'd go high and then keep lowering it until I'm not groggy anymore. That seems appropriate. Is that a stupid idea?
I mean, that's like taking a pre-workout. It's like, I'm going to double scoop it, and then let me just take less and less until I don't feel like my heart's going to explode.
I feel like this is a really good idea. You said there's nothing wrong.
There isn't.
There's no side effects. So just do it.
That's ass backwards. You're supposed to go this alone and work your way up.
No, I think, this is who I am. I'm 100 or 0. That's my plan. If it was me, I'd do it.
You've never been drunk before. Let's do 10 shots of tequila. It was too many. Let's try 9 shots of tequila. Let's do 8. Let's do 8.5.
First time I got drunk, obviously in college, obviously with people who don't know what they're doing, banana margaritas.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll do it. We're in college. We don't know what we're doing. We never drunk before. Let's do some banana margaritas. It was horrible. Yeah, that's what I would do. I stand by what I said.
Okay.
Until I change my mind. But that's how I feel.
Studies on 300 milligrams of melatonin. I've never seen it that high.
Wait, what did you say?
I'm saying for sleep studies,
10.
it's usually 0.3 milligrams to 10 milligrams.
Yeah, 10 milligrams to 300 is a really big difference.
Well, this is what I was talking about with the founder of Blackson on last week's podcast, is that some people in the biohacking community do like mega dosing of melatonin because it's such a powerful, it's like the most powerful antioxidant in the body next to glutathione.
Okay, when do they do this 300 milligrams? Do they space it out or do they just take it at night?
Yeah, they take it
and then they fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then they wake up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
We have to interview those people.
I've never gone higher, I think, than 8 milligrams. I might start trying 10 and 20 just to see what happens.
But 300 is, do you think that they like ease their way into it, or they're just like, you know what? I'm gonna drink some melatonin.
I would hope that they would.
Melatonin.
I hope they don't take your advice and just start at the max and
Well,
work their way down.
I was suggesting 10. I wasn't suggesting 300. That's a little different.
Allergy supplement recommendations?
Like for my allergies. Flonase. Fluticasone propionate. I don't know. That's how I think I say it.
Yeah, I'm not really well versed in allergy stuff when it comes to supplements for that. I should probably look into that, but I've never really dealt with allergies.
See, that's so wrong because I have terrible allergies. My eyes water.
Yeah.
I get headaches.
Just have a robust immune system. That's my solution for everything. I don't know. I'll do some investigating. I'll get back to you either on Friday with Steve or next Wednesday, Park. Diphenhydramine, which is Benadryl, causes dry mouth and can mess with your teeth.
Ew.
Yeah.
I have dreams that my teeth fall out, and then I realize I need to floss. It's my body telling me I need to floss. Does anyone else have those, or is it just me? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Go big or go home, baby.
Just do 3 scoops of this pre-workout and let's see how you feel. Then if you feel not well, then we'll back it down to 2.
See? But this don't got no upside.
We have a whole case of energy drinks right there. Go drink all the energy drinks and see.
You're like, this makes me feel terrible.
You hear about the moldy Built Bar thing?
No, they were my friends. I love Built Bars. Devin, what are you talking about? Because I love, see, you know what? I had a feeling. Built Bars were so good and so texturally good, and their macros were like 100. There's like 100 calories for 20 grams of protein, which is like a protein shake, not a bar. And I was sitting there thinking they must be lying, right? Right? So is that what happened? Is that what happened? Is it like the frozen fat-free yogurt in Seinfeld where it's actually got fat in it and everyone was getting fat? You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Those Built Bars.
Thoughts on the Massacre reformulation. So that's from Olympus Labs, and they have the new Teckricin over laxagenin.
I don't know what that means.
Let me pull up the formula.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. That chick had way too hard of abs. That's kooky looking. And her fats.
There could be some...
Homegirl needs to eat a burger.
Okay, so we got the new Olympus Labs Massacre formula is 5-hydroxy-7-methoxyflavone, or simply as Teckricin. Included at 200 milligrams with infused phytofused delivery technology to improve its bioavailability. I mean, laxagenin, I was never a big believer in. There were a bunch of studies, as I've told before, that I think that's one of the overhyped ingredients that there are on the market. Because you see their Russian studies show that it increases muscle protein synthesis by 200 or 2,000%, depending on which supplement company's ad copy you're reading. Nobody's ever read these studies. It's a plant alkaloid that is responsible for the plant steroids that's going on with everything.
Okay.
So it doesn't actually, nobody knows what the bioavailability is the main issue. And then nobody really understands, are these actually going to have any kind of useful effects in humans? So
try it, Robert.
No, I've used it. I've used it in doses between 100 to 200 milligrams. And you put some bioavailability enhancers like estrogen or bioperin with it. I don't think it does much for muscle protein synthesis. I think it may help with cortisol levels, and maybe since it's an adaptogen as well, so it might help. But if that's the route you're going to take, we've got other proven adaptogens that are actually studied in humans, like rhodiola, bacopa, ashwagandha, KSM66, or sensorol or Chauvin. So in that case, Olympus is known for bringing off the beaten path ingredients to the market. How well will this tectocristin actually work? This Campharia parviflora extract, I think is what it's called.
What?
Yeah,
To be fair, none of us would know if you were wrong.
I mean, it induces muscle hypertrophy, but those are in cell cultures and rats. Most of these plant alkaloids, I think you're best just saving your money. Spend it on some more creatine, betaine, muscle builders like that. If you've got a bunch of extra budget, sure, you can do it.
Until there's more studies. Are there going to be more studies, do you think?
There won't be.
There should be more studies.
Nobody's going to spend, 6 figures to fund a study to see if, average healthy individuals can build a little bit more muscle.
I mean, people have been crazy and spent more on other things that don't benefit the world.
Yeah. Max dose or go home. Best carb powder for after workouts.
That's a good question. Intra/post. Those are two different things, but you can use them for the same. I don't think,
unless you are an athlete that is engaged in multiple training sessions, competitions, or something
like
each day.
You're super intense.
I don't think you really need to worry about a carb powder, either intra or post workout. You can just go have a meal. If you are really pressed for time and you're gotta get back to the office or something like that, maybe just mix up like a scoop of Gatorade powder or something, or just wait till you get back to the office and do that.
I don't think said Gatorade, y'all.
I don't think you really need to have a scoop of cyclic dextrin or gelatinous, any of these like fancy designer carbohydrates. The average fitness enthusiast, you don't need to worry about replenishing your muscle glycogen that much, just because resistance training isn't that glycogen depleting as a lot of the supplement companies would lead you to believe. You don't need to just slam 60 grams of carbohydrates the second you put down your weights from doing a set of 8 to 10. If you're involved in like an hour and a half to 2 hour workout, go have some rice with your chicken, your fish, or whatever. I don't think you really need a carb powder after workout. If push came to shove and you're going to really want a carb powder, I'm going to say just go cheap with like a Gatorade powder. Or, you can go with cluster dextrin if you want to. It's going to be more expensive. I wasn't expecting that. It's going to be more expensive, and I don't think you're going to notice the benefits that much if you are just your average fitness enthusiast.
You remind me of the Santa Claus on Miracle on 34th Street, where he recommended people to go to a different department store than what he was representing by saying Gatorade. I was shocked. Well done, Robert, for being honest.
I'm not making any money. I'm not.
You're not. No, you're not. I wasn't expecting a Gatorade thing.
Phosphatidic acid, arachidonic acid, laxagenin, and epicatechin, are they really effective? Laxagenin, no. Epicatechin might be by way of improving some blood flow in the body. I don't think it's the whole follistatin, myostatin thing with epicatechin is way overblown. Don't buy really into that hype. Arachidonic acid is a pro-inflammatory pro-inflammatory mediator, fatty acid. So there is some research showing it could be beneficial. Finding a quality source is hard, and it's ridiculously expensive, as is phosphatidic acid. I'm probably more inclined to be a believer in phosphatidic acid of the 4 that you listed, just because I think there's a little bit more research on that, and it's been shown to so the way that leucine stimulates muscle protein synthesis inside the cell by activating mTOR, phosphatidic acid does the same thing. Interestingly, though, there is some rat research that's showing that if you combine whey protein with phosphatidic acid at the same time, it actually leads to a lower spike in muscle protein synthesis and mTOR than taking either of those two things independently.
Weird.
Yeah, so
fighting for attention.
That's why more isn't always better with certain things in the body. So yeah.
Well, kind of like your trifecta that we started off the thing with. You don't like the dynamine, teocrine, and caffeine?
Yeah.
I said it right.
Yeah. Does regular milk work as well as casein powder?
That's a great question.
So casein is one of the 2 proteins naturally occurring in milk. It makes up 80% of the protein content in milk. Does it work as well as casein powder? If you
got to drink a lot of milk, right?
You would have to drink a lot of milk. I mean, it's the exact same thing. So casein and milk is the same thing that's in casein powder, except when you're drinking regular milk, you're also getting some whey, you're getting some vitamins in there, you're getting some fats. If assuming you're drinking either reduced fat or whole milk or something like that.
Okay.
That might also, delay the absorption and the sustained release of amino acids a little bit better. It could definitely work as well as milk. Yes, the whole food source will almost always work as well, if not better, than a supplement.
Well, how about me, who puts casein powder in my milk? Is that what I do?
Using whey lately. Yeah. Oh. We were using casein for a while.
Cool. That's cool.
But yeah, it'll work just as well. I don't see any reason. Provided that, at the end of the day, you're still consuming enough whole protein, or just enough total protein, so 1 gram per pound.
Steak.
You'll be fine.
Or
for
salmon.
Slow digesting, no, this is where it's going to get a little bit trickier. So does regular milk work as well as casein powder for slow digesting protein? Depends on what kind of milk and the content of that milk. So if you're just taking a scoop of casein protein, that's going to be 20 to 30 grams of protein. If you're just doing 1 8-ounce glass of whole fat milk, that's going to be 5 to 6 grams of fat, 12 grams of carbohydrates, and 8 grams of protein. So you would have to drink a considerably higher amount of milk, which would possibly put you over your calorie limit for the day. So you'd have to drink 3 to 4 cups of milk. From a satiety, if you're looking at it from a satiety standpoint. So,
satiety. Yeah, that's why I put my protein in my milk. So I actually get full. Protein in water is just like, I need the protein.
Yeah. Supplement engineer, when are you going to do another pre-workout review for us? We just did one at the beginning of this live.
Yeah,
on
we did. And
dedicated, unstoppable pre-workout. What I'll do is I'm going to excise the little clip from this and upload it as a separate video to the channel, so you can click back and see that if you haven't seen it yet.
Yep, and all I gotta say is, I don't know if I want to try it. It scares me.
Built Bar, before they did the rebrand reformulation, they did a huge blowout sale and were sending out expired moldy bars. Oh no, we did not have any of those.
We did not. I ate fresh ones. Yeah. I would have freaked out if I opened it up and I saw mildew. What? Yeah. Is that the ones we bought?
Yeah, it was on that deal from TJ's site.
You wanted it?
80% is the casein content, 20% is whey, LM. Here's my question on if, I answered that last week. I had the original iteration of Total War. I have not tried any of the subsequent versions of it. I liked it when I first tried it. CJ and I tried it a long time ago. I'm not sure what the current formula has, but it got the job done. Other spend on studies about shrimp walking on a trip.
I know. What's up, man? If somebody's got some money, you gotta be paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
Wondering about for sleep. This is getting difficult to try to sort through. Shoot me an email, Park, and we can kind of, I guess, go with that, or we can set up a consultation or something if you're looking to try to figure out something. It's kind of hard to figure out what
Robert will figure out what you need.
What you're actually trying to do as far as you're just looking to resist catabolism overnight, because that's kind of blown out of proportion. A lot of the companies say you got to have casein right before you go to bed, or else you're going to go catabolic overnight. If you're consuming enough protein throughout the day, you're not really going to go catabolic. And especially if you're eating just like a high quality meal that's got, whole grains, lean proteins, fiber, and some fat to it, it's going to be digesting over the course of several hours, provided that, say you eat dinner at 8 and you're in bed by 10, your body's still going to be digesting that at least until, 11 or 12 o'clock at night.
I'm so hungry. You need to stop talking about food right now. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Is it a turn on, sweetheart?
Robert's very sexy. He's very smart. He is. He's always been very smart. You should have seen him when he was super nerdy with his glasses.
Or the rec specs that I wore at one point with the sports goggles.
So
Man.
he would have these glasses that had, wasn't it Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, my very first pair of glasses ever was bright red Super Mario Bros. And it had the little thing going, like where he's jumping up and down. I still have them around here somewhere.
Next week is homecoming week, and we're supposed to dress up as video game characters. I'm gonna do Tetris. I got this. Yeah, Robert's awesome.
Magnesium glycylglutamine, overhyped. For what purpose? I think anytime you're supplementing with glutamine, it's unnecessary since it's the most abundant amino acid in the body, and most people never
That's the burn victim
deficiency. One. Yes. Magnesium is great because that's one of the most common nutrient deficiencies, along with vitamin D.
Because what has an abundance of magnesium when I eat it?
Dark leafy greens, nuts,
and liver. Is that right?
That's choline.
Oh, I get these things confused. But all I gotta know is I eat my leafy greens. So good.
This is an easy one, Rich. Apollo
Apollo's
Nutrition
chocolate.
Dutch chocolate. Hands down, not even close.
Really good.
Game over. Game, set, match.
It's
You're
really
welcome.
good. That's my favorite chocolate too. It's like I
Delicious.
don't eat it because I don't want to not eat. Like I don't eat it sometimes because I'm like, we have to save it because if I eat it, then we won't have it anymore.
Yeah, we've got a review on the channel. Type in Apollon 50/50 Formula X. It's their protein powder.
I think my favorite is Apollon, and then I really like 1UP. Not chocolate.
Their chocolate peanut butter was good.
Their chocolate peanut butter was really good. Yeah. And their coconut ice cream was really good. And there was something else that I really liked from theirs. Oh, the macchiato. Oh my gosh. What up?
S7 or Governor, which is more truthful?
Ooh.
I would probably go with S7.
Politicians. I've created a solution for the House of Representatives, but that's for another time. But you're welcome for solving America's problems because I came up with an answer.
Very true. Yeah.
Burn.
Very true.
Burn, burn, burn. I'm
You're welcome, Park.
hungry. We've been talking about stuff. I think we need to end this so I can get some food. Give me a beef burrito.
You look like you could go without a meal.
Burn. Burn.
Thoughts on the El Jefe pre-workout and pump formula? I know they just released a limited edition one.
El Jefe.
I have the old version.
I think it's Boss.
Yeah, that was the Bomba EAA that we did a while back.
Bomba. It always reminds me of the Fanta. Don't wanna, but it's Bomba and it's so good. I remember I like Bomba. I like Bomba and I like OMG.
Okay. She's modeling for the camera.
I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What's up?
You want to tell them about Bomba?
Bomba's good, y'all.
All right. So keep the questions coming, guys. We'll be on for a few more minutes until Sandy's
I'm hungry.
hunger factor kicks in, and it's all
I'm about to go
over.
get that Build Bar. I just don't know where it is.
All right,
We got
so
so many protein
This
bars
is the
in it.
older version of El Jefe that we had. It had 7 grams of citrulline malate 2-to-1, 4 grams of beta-alanine, 2.5 grams of betaine, 2 grams of taurine, 1.5 grams of nitrosogene, which is the solid dose of that, 150 milligrams of Eleva-ATP, and then a proprietary stem blend of choline bitartrate, caffeine anhydrous, theobromine, urea joensis, juglans regia, dicaffeine malate, hordenine, hygenamine, alpha-yohimbine, and huperzine. I'm going to be honest. I've used this several times. It is it's hit and miss for me.
Okay.
Yeah, just from like an energy and focus standpoint, and I really wouldn't recommend stacking the
Jefe with
a full scoop of this with a full scoop of Sicario, just because there was so much choline stuff going on in there. It put me in a brain fog when I did a full scoop of both. And I've even backed this off to just taking this by itself. It's a little bit uneven for me. Some days it works really well. Other days I've just kind of been. It's not a consistent hitter for me, and that's happened with me with several other pre-workouts. There's a few that I know that will treat me the same every time. There's also some that I get mixed reactions with. Now, could that be other stresses that are going on during the day that I maybe not sleep as well?
Or it's just your body chemistry. So that's a tough one.
Right. So I mean, it's a hard hitting formula, especially at 2 scoops. It's a hard hitting formula.
Yeah.
It's well dosed. For me personally, it worked sometimes, and the other times it kind of put me in a weird spot, or made me almost a little tired, which was kind of weird.
See, I think it's weird when pre-workouts make me tired. I've had that situation too.
Yeah.
It's weird. I start to work out. I'm like, I'm a nap. I just go nap.
Yeah.
And he said, you just wasted a pre-workout. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So Sicario is a monster pump formula. You got 4 grams of citrulline, 2.5 grams of betaine, 2 grams of glycerpump, 1.5 grams of agmatine, 800 milligrams of pomegranate extract, 300 milligrams of Vaso-6, 200 milligrams of pine bark extract, which those last 3 are all really good sources of polyphenols for blood flow, endothelial nitric oxide support, and cardiovascular health. Now, in their focus blend, you get 2 grams of tyrosine, which is an awesome dose, 600 milligrams of alpha GPC 50%, so you're getting 300 milligrams of actual alpha GPC, 600 milligrams of lion's mane, one of my favorite ingredients, 200 micrograms of huperzine, and 50 milligrams of estrogen. That's that whopping dose of huperzine right there. That's why I don't recommend stacking it, doing full servings of both of these, because you don't know how much huperzine is in here. And the last thing you want to do is blow yourself out with a choline overload and get yourself in a brain fog or a headache. So that's why I would start with 1 scoop of each, and then maybe titrate up and down based on your own your stim preference.
Yeah.
So, the world has come to an
Well, it's all in what its relationship.
That tells you the
all
state of
things are relative.
the government in Texas right now.
Oh, yes, I love beans. Beans are my favorite food. If anyone asks my favorite food, it's bean burritos or bean and cheese nachos, depending on my mood. Do I want something squishy or do I want something crunchy? This is a true statement. Those are my favorite foods, is bean and cheese nachos or bean and cheese burritos. Yeah, this is true.
All right. Sandy, greater than bench press squat now. Repeat for 10 sets. That'll work.
Urgh.
All right, guys. Well, that puts an end to it all for today. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be back here every Wednesday as always. We'll figure out some new supplements to review for next week. I think we got a protein powder on tap. I'm not sure.
I want some protein bars because at this time in the day, I'm starving and I want to eat things. And by the way, my school has after school meetings every Tuesday. And we used to get like an awesome spread because parents would buy us snacks and they stopped. You want to know why? Because of COVID. So they don't give us snacks anymore. So now I just have to stay after school without a snack.
Poor victim.
I'm actually really sad. I was like, where's
Don't
the
need to start
cheese?
packing you a snack now too.
Where's the cheese and crepes? What? And hummus?
All right. Well, this took a turn towards
I'm just saying,
Winerville.
when I get hungry, it ain't good.
Thanks for joining, Chip Pilla. Did I say that right? Chip Pilla Stelka? Awesome.
I think so.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us again. Remember to like,
See you
comment,
next time.
subscribe, share the podcast lives with everybody, and we will see you guys next week.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you get sleepy. It's weird.
Yeah.
It could be, but it could be just the workout. Okay.
All right. May your pre-workouts bring you merriment, energy, joy, and focus.
And may your testosterone be high.
I would agree with that too. Question, especially with a sketchy pre-workout like Dark Energy. Yeah.
That was funny. He just burned you.
Well,
Dark energy.
they dub themselves as a research product, not a dietary supplement, because they include so much gray area shit in there.
Just saying. Burn.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. We will see you guys next